Hello everyone, it's Gojira Prime here with a little video, and today I just want to go over some of the reveals that have occurred through the Hasbro Pulse live stream. As I said in my last video, a lot of the stream was kind of made redundant because it's stuff that we have already seen in pictures over the last week or so. So there wasn't a lot initially of interest. However, they have dropped a few things, which is good, and shown off a few things as well. Some of which is good, some of which is bad. But I'll be perfectly honest with you, I kind of left this live stream after I watched it. I didn't get to watch it live because I was at work, so I played a little bit of catch up here. I left this live stream feeling a little bit frustrated and a little bit annoyed, and even more so when I've seen on Hasbro Pulse the prices that they are asking for some of this stuff now, and I'll go over that as well in just a few moments. So first off, let's start off with the first main reveal the first proper reveal, really, aside from stuff that we'd already seen. This is something we had heard about, and it's the Transformers Armada powered up version of Red Alert. Now, we knew this was coming, and we knew it was coming with mini-cons as well. And I have to admit, the figure itself does look okay. I do have the original version of Red Alert that was released not too long ago, so I wasn't really too bothered much about this release. But then they showed off the mini cons, and I was really, really pissed off, to say the least. Now, for those of you who are not aware of Transformers Armada too much, with the Armada figures, with every figure you got a mini con to activate the extra features for the figure. We've not been getting those mini cons, and it has annoyed people a little bit, to say the least, because that's what made Armada different from the other Transformers series that came before it. Now, with the powered up version of Red Alert, you get 8 mini cons. You get the mini con for Optimus Prime, the mini con for Megatron, the mini con for Wheeljack, the mini con for Red Alert himself, and you also get 3 mini cons to make the Star Saber. I'm really a bit peeved off about this because the price they're asking for this as well, for this pack, is £77. So they want £77 for a Voyager class figure that would have cost £35 before, and 8 mini cons. I feel, it's great that they have now decided to release the mini cons, but it's a little bit late in the day. I can only hope that going forward, this means that if they do release any more Armada characters, we are actually going to get their mini cons. I would have much preferred if Hasbro had instead decided to release the mini cons as a separate purchase item, and that would have been a much more acceptable thing for me. But instead, they've just done a repaint of Red Alert and then thrown the mini cons on top of that to charge us nearly 80 quid, which I think at the end of the day is a bit of a joke. The other thing they've unveiled is the collab figure for Gem and the Holograms. So we're getting a repaint of Blaster, a repaint of Laserbeak, a repaint of Ravage, and a repaint of Rewind in very neon colors to tie in with Gem and the Holograms. Blaster does also come with a air guitar thing as well, or an air keyboard. I don't know what the price is for this. It's not on Hasbro Pulse yet here in the UK, but I can imagine it's going to be fairly pricey. Apparently, this is also a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive figure, so it's going to pop up there first, and then we might see a few bits and pieces fizzle through later. If I'm honest, I think it looks bloody awful. I hate this garish paint scheme, to say I'm not going to lie. I have no interest in this in any way, shape, or form. I imagine there are some Transformers fans out there who are also Gem and the Hologram fans, and if you are, great. You've got a figure that crosses over with those two lines itself. But I just think this thing looks bloody awful, and I don't recall ever seeing on any Facebook pages people screaming out for a crossover with Gem and the Holograms. I suppose it makes sense with them using Blaster, but still, it's just not for me, so I'll be happily skipping on this one. The other reveal that we had was this Optimus Prime cereal package thing. It's a repaint of the deluxe Optimus Prime figure we've had fairly recently. And it then comes with a trailer, which is nice. It's always nice to have a Prime with a trailer, um, which is then decked out with the Transformers logo on the side of it. It also comes with a small Jazz figure as well, which seems to be something new they've cooked up for this. I have to be honest, it looks very nice, but again, this is not something that appeals to me in any way, shape, or form. It's I just don't get it. And to be honest, I dread to think what price they're going to be charging for it because, again, it's not up on Hasbro Pulse just yet. Um, so I have no idea how much this thing is going to cost. But again, it's just something that is of no interest to me in any way, shape, or form. But I guess there are people out there who will buy this. They will collect this sort of stuff. So, great, fantastic. But that's it, really. I mean, I like the idea of the mini cons being released, but again, I wish they'd done them as a separate pack for like 30 quid or something. Instead, we're getting a repainted figure and the mini cons that should have come with the figures in the first place. Like I say, I can only hope that if they are going to be doing more Armada figures going forward, and I really hope they do, because Armada is a big part of the Transformers lineage. That we do get mini cons with those figures going forward. Hopefully, Hasbro have learned their lesson from this. Aside from that, there was not a lot else really in the live stream that I was interested in. All the figures that they showed have gone up for pre-order. I got my pre-order in for Swindle from In Demand Toys. And by the way, I'm looking at the Hasbro Pulse site now, and it's 20 to 8 on the 9th of July. Swindle is already sold out on Hasbro Pulse in the UK. That is absolutely ridiculous. That really, really is ridiculous. And then this brings me on to my second topic of conversation here is price increases. I'll be honest with you here, Hasbro are taking the piss. They really are taking the piss here. Deluxe class figures have gone up by £3. The Age of the Primes Deluxe Class Blanca is $27.99. Before it would have been $24.99. So we're seeing an increase of £3 there on a deluxe. We're also seeing a price increase of £3 on a Voyager class figure. Vector Prime, I'm looking at here, is $37.99. It would have been $35.99 last week. But the real kick in the teeth, the real knee to the balls, is leader class figures. If I go on a different web page for a moment, bear with me. I should have had this up, but I don't. So if I go on Smiths, which is the big toy chain here in the UK these days. Forgive my frantic typing here while I just try and find this. Okay, leader class figure Razor Claw and Big Convoy were originally $55.99 on their websites. So they've dropped a little bit in price. Now a leader class figure, and this will be across the board. These figures will be this price on Hasbro Pulse, your independent toy retailers, and chains like Smiths. They are now $64.99. So they are more or less charging you £65 for a leader class figure, whereas a week ago, it would have cost you $55.99. I think that is really taking the piss, to say the least. That is a hell of a price increase, to say the least, across the board. To put it in comparison, say a couple of weeks ago you would have bought four deluxe class figures for £25, would have cost you £100. Now it's going to cost you £112. That's just crazy. I'm sorry, there's no justification for that kind of a price increase at this moment in time. Unless Hasbro is on some sort of downward spiral that we don't know about and they are really desperate for cash, this just takes the mickey here. So, all in all, if I'm honest, a fairly disappointing live stream for me. It's actually annoyed me more than anything. And with the price increases, that's just pissed me off even more. So I think we are going to be looking at some more pricing increases going forward if this is the case. I don't think it's fair. I think it is over exaggerated price increasing at the end of the day. I imagine Hasbro has its excuses for this, but I really don't care what they are. But hey, let me know in the comments section. Did you watch the live stream? Did you enjoy it? Or have you come away from it just as frustrated as me? Oh, also, one other thing, no mention of the HasLab project as far as I'm aware. So God knows when we're going to find out about that thing. But hey, let me know in the comments section what you think. And do please hit like, hit subscribe. And thank you very much for taking the time to watch this video.